Today we're going to be talking about WWE 2K24, and that goes without saying. They recently announced a few hours ago that Cody Rhodes will be on the standard edition of WWE 2K24. Meanwhile, the girls are going to be taking over 2K24 Deluxe Edition, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Now, we're also going to be covering what is in each edition. There's also a third edition of the game as well that we're going to be covering. Pricing, what comes in each one, pre-order bonuses, what did they change in 2K24 from 2K23, why there was no mention of CM Punk. And the reason for that is because they've already finalized the roster a few months ago, and they probably don't want to speak about him and guarantee him on launch when the game is literally less than 2 months away, or a little over 2 months-ish. We're going to go over the release date as well, because I can't remember it off the top of my head. At the time of you watching this video, I'm probably going to be streaming over here, so if you guys want to go over there and drop a follow, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. And in a comment down below, tell me what is it that you want to be added in 2K24. You're going to be getting the Nightmare Family Pack when you pre-order the game. So you will be getting You Need a Paper Bag, Undashing Cody Rhodes, Stardust, which if you guys remember in one of my other videos, I did actually mention that this should be part of the pre-order bonus. Flashback edition. Pre-order bonus, they could give us like You Need a Paper Bag, Cody Rhodes, you know, or as a meme, they could give us Stardust and that version of Cody. I don't know. I'm done rambling, man. 4 playable superstars, 3 my faction card. Honestly, dude, I'm happy that they're giving us Undashing Cody Rhodes. Like, he was one of my favorite iterations of Cody. And I did like Stardust just because he got so into the character. I know he didn't like it, but hey, it is what it is. So like I said, man, there's a lot of information. We're going to try and be quick here. So first things first, the 2K showcase of the Immortals. This version will be available. What I'm about to show you is available on all versions of the game. So for 40 years, WrestleMania has captivated millions of fans. We're going to go ahead and skip all this, blah, 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 blah. You're going to be playing through the most iconic moments in WrestleMania history. Now, what this means is that they're going to be morphing gameplay into live action footage like they've done again for the most immersive WrestleMania video game experience to date. A host of unlockable content adds challenge and replay value to this historical experience. So I don't know if you guys remember earlier in the video, I was like, yeah, there's a 40-year mode or whatever. They're calling it the 2K showcase of the Immortals, which honestly, I know a lot of people have been asking for like a 40-year type of thing for WrestleMania. So I'm very excited to see which ones they actually put in here. But I feel like this might be one of the longest 2K showcases of all time, which is, honestly, I'm down for it. You know, they have Hogan slamming Giant. They have Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn, and Undertaker, and amongst of other things. So it's going to be really fantastic to see. Iconic roster. So it'll be featuring Stone Cold, Undertaker, Andre the Giant, alongside WWE superstars like the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, Bianca, John Cena, Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, whose larger-than-life entrances and signature moves are heightened by ultra-realistic graphics. And there's also going to be new match types. But above all else, there's one thing here. The reason why I highlighted special guest referee is because the actual referees in the game, they've actually added 7 referees for 2K24. So it is meant to heighten immersion in the game. Now, I know that's not really listed here. I'm sure we'll find it somewhere. But just trust me when I tell you, I did a bit of research on certain things that I can add to this as we're reading. So, new things that they have added here: 4 new chaotic match types, special guest referee, an ambulance match, casket match, and gauntlet match. They have also added loser leaves WWE match. I don't know why that isn't on here, or maybe that was like a rib maybe when I read that online. It was from one of those like wrestling websites that post all the stuff, you know. Anyways, in addition, the Backstage Brawl now features 4 player support and new interactive environmental elements. So with that being said, as far as like new match types and improvements, they, and we're probably going to get into it now with the gameplay upgrades, you can now throw weapons at your people, like at your opponents. They've also added garbage can lids, which weren't there. See, trash cans, or not garbage can lids, trash cans. And they've also added guitars and microphones as playable weapons. And as I stated, plus the ability to throw weapons, which will allow players to bring the pain. And like I literally just talked about, 7 real WWE referees are added to the immersive experience. So, like I said, it would be there somewhere. Royal Rumble now offers support for 8 online players in 30 Superstar online matches. That's fire. So it's like the Chamber, which is 6, but still, now they allow 8. I don't know how that's going to work, because it'd be lagging, especially if they allow customs. I hope their servers can handle it. Because if any of you play 2K23, you'll know that the Elimination Chamber, when you add customs, damn near breaks the game, depending on how intricate the customs are. Hell in a Cell and many more are also returning. All right, anyway, my GM. So one thing about GM, the most important thing to know here is that you can now trade superstars. So here we go, superstar trading between brands. Superstar contract management and the new superstar journey, which allows you to earn XP, train, and level up to gain new benefits after participation in matches. My faction, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not reading anything that has to do with this. This is a cash grab. I don't give a about this game mode. So we're going to MyRise. I get it. If you really want me to cover that on a different video, I will. But it's literally a cash grab. And I hope that this year, they allow the My Faction special characters with like the attires and all that stuff to be ported into at least single player, or not single player, but at least into regular player versus CPU, or, you know, LAN player versus player. It doesn't have to be ported online, 2K, but if you can allow us to at least use the characters on our own, you know, under like, if we want to do like a regular ladder match or a Hell in a Cell or singles match or whatever the case may be that doesn't involve My Faction, you should allow us to port those characters over. I'm just saying. In WWE's 2K Unique Career Mode, 2 new storylines. You're going to have the Undisputed Men's and the Unleashed Women's, which will put players in control of your custom created superstars, featuring stars like Roman, Cody, Mick, and others in MyRise voiceovers for the first time, alongside other WWE superstars and legends who have expanded rewards, original MyRise characters, and unlockables, carrying over into other game modes and new environments. MyRise is more impactful on the overall 2K experience than ever before, which is great. The Creation Suite as well. So this one, we're going to come back to Universe Mode. The crown jewel of 2K franchise, the best in the class, allegedly. Most detailed and blah, 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 blah. So you're going to have all new support for Create a Referee, which is great. That's actually pretty funny that you can do that. Create a Sign is coming back, as well as new parts and animation to design custom superstars, GMs, arenas, interests, movesets, and more. So I like how in this part here, they said new parts and animation to design these things. It never says that you can create your own move yet. So I know that there was a mode before, I don't know how far back, but you used to be able to create your own finishers. And you used to be able to create your own entrances in 2K22, I think. I would love for them to bring that back, but it is what it is. Anyways, if you buy the game, you get a free 1 month of Peacock. Note that this is only for new subscribers. This is bullshit. So for those of us who have already been paying for this crap, we don't get it for free. I'm just gonna make a new account, to be honest with you. I'm getting this free. Like, I'm getting it. They're giving it to me for free. So all the versions of the game, standard edition, it'll be $60 on older platforms, meaning previous gen. I think this is the last year we get previous gen platformer or ported to platform. And then I think moving forward is just going to be current gen and PC for $70. Now, as we stated earlier, you will get the Nightmare Family Pack. And then, of course, the My Faction cards, which is a Mattel Bruce Cody Rhodes gold rarity. This one, I saw that it was also playable in single player. I don't know how true that is. And I keep saying, whenever I say single player, just know that I'm talking about the other play mode that doesn't involve online, like you playing by yourself. I think this can be used over there as well, but don't quote me on that. Because I saw, again, I think it was Fightful that reported it. They were like, yeah, you can use this Cody over there. Anyway, and for the first time ever, Cody's dog Pharaoh will appear in 2K as a gold rarity manager card, which again is only available in My Faction. That last part. All digital pre-orders of any 2K24 will include the standard edition of 2K23. Okay, the standard cross-gen digital edition will be available for $70 on PlayStation and Xbox. The standard cross-gen digital edition will include the standard edition across previous and current gen with the same console family and the same PlayStation or Xbox account. Interesting. So, same family, so PS4 to PS5. The deluxe edition will be available for $100. Now, this will always give you the same thing as before, the MyRise Mega Boost, the Supercharger, so you can unlock everything. But it will also give you a gold Rhea Ripley My Faction card. This is all My Faction crap, nobody cares about that. And then you're also going to get alternate attires for Bianca and Rhea, which is the most important thing here. You'll also be eligible to unlock the Season Pass, which will give you all 5 post-launch DLC contents as always. And then you'll also be able to play 3 days early. So instead of waiting till March 8th, you can play March 5th. 3 days ahead of the standard and the cross-gen editions. Now, it doesn't look like, when they say cross-gen, I want to make sure you guys understand it is the same console family. I don't think they're going to allow us to play Xbox and PlayStation people. Or at least I haven't heard anything about it. Maybe they'll add that later. And then, of course, the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition is going to be $120, which will feature alternate attires for Macho Man, the Macho. No, I'm just kidding. Randy Savage, which will be the WrestleMania 6, the Rey Mysterio WrestleMania 22, which is a great choice. Triple H WrestleMania 30, Charlotte Flair WrestleMania 33, again, great choice. Rhea Ripley 36, I can't remember what she wore on that one. And then as well as Gold Rarity, okay, nobody gives a crap about that. Instantly unlocking of all playable showcase characters, which is great. And the WrestleMania 40 Arena, that'll be available after launch. Makes sense because they got to port it in because WrestleMania hasn't happened yet. The 40 Years of WrestleMania edition will be available March 5th, 3 days ahead of the standard and the cross-gen editions. I want to thank you guys for watching. I tried my best to condense that as well as I could. I skipped a lot of the My Faction stuff because, to be honest with you, from what I've heard from my community last year, when I was covering 2K23, a lot of you didn't care about My Faction. So that was feedback that I took into this year. Anyways, I will be covering 2K24 moving forward. I will be covering still the wrestling news stuff that I've always done. And of course, subscribe, like the video if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Are you happy with the covers of the game? And what are you most excited for in 2K24? And what do you wish that they added?